Hello, it's me again. Finally got done with my new park. It's Isla Nublar 1993 again, but a whole new layout, arrival point set up. Give you a little first person view. So this would be your arrival point, your entrance. A little more decoration. All your different building structures. I got my center set up, Science Center right here by my visitor center. This is the whole layout there for it. Whole new setup. I now have a new paddock layout. So I got my raptor paddock here, my little, I'm not sure how you say their name, Colophysis. I'm thinking about switching them out with what people call the compies. Then you got your main paddock layout down here. I have no lagoon or aviary on this map. This is more of a classic Jurassic Park style setup. Be a nice little park tour ride here. If any show up in this paddock, I'd have my Brachiosaurus and Parasaurolophus. Over here to the right, that's where the Dilophosaurus would be at. See if we can't do a little, there they are, or at least, yep, they're way out over there, so can't really zoom in and see them very well. Looks like we got Parasaurolophus coming up here, and then looks like we got some Brachiosauruses right over there. There's one. That's one of the male Parasaurolophus. Can't see him. He was right over there by the tree. Here, I'll highlight him. There you go. So they're right there by the water source, the tree. And it looked like you had a Brachiosaurus way out over there. I'm trying not to make the video too long. Alright, so we got our Proceratosaurus. It's one of the females. I got 2 females and then my 1 male. I got the Dilophosaurus here. This is the male. Sorry, a little close there. There you go. My female. I'm going to come out over here. So this is the male Brachiosaurus. As you can see, they got a little bit of blue on their head. And if you notice, my males, I have a bright and light color compared to the females, because if my mind is correct, the female species would have a darker tone compared to the males, because males usually use the brighter colors to display and attract the female species. These are my Parasaurolophus. That is one of the males there. Like I said, bright color, and then you get to a female and she's a darker color. Same as with my Proceratosaurus and Dilophosaurus, if you notice them. The Gallimimus was a little harder, so this was the color scheme from the 1993 movie. I went ahead and gave that to the females since they're the only ones that have that choice. And then I did this for the males. You come over here, you got my 2 Baryonyx. Right here would be my 3 Herrerasauruses, the females. Something that I like with these is with the male, whenever you notice, it's got little like spikes on its head. That's how you can notice a difference between the male Herrerasaurus and a female. Then my Matriacanthosauruses. And right here in this paddock, this is where I got my Triceratops. That would be my male. And with the Triceratops, the males have more prominent horns, and the crown on their head is more prominent compared to the females. And that's one of the females there. As you can see, her crown and horns are nowhere near as prominent as you would see on the male. And you come up to this little paddock area here. This is where I got these little guys at. Over here would be my raptor paddock. I went with the classic 93 color scheme for the females, and then the 97 color scheme for the male. And then last but not least, my 2 T-Rexes. So this is my male T-Rex. I went with Buck's color scheme on him, and then I did the 93 Rexy color scheme on the female. This would be the whole park layout, paddock layout area. Park tour goes through the paddocks with all the herbivores. Gives you a scene of all the carnivores from the ride. I got all the hotels up over here, and got all my different attractions, visitors style of buildings like your shops and restaurants, restrooms, emergency bunkers. I got all my staff facilities and operation buildings over here. And I got a hatchery right here along with fencing made, so in case you do an accidental release, they're not being released out with all the guests. Give you a nice view from the viewing gallery here. This is all the raptor paddock area. Then you get a nice view over here with these little guys. They're a little harder to see because of how small they are, but this does give you a good overhead view of them. That one gives you a nice low ground view. And this is what I've been working on for the past couple days. Please like and subscribe, and if you have any comments, leave a comment.